What's good, guys? So, this is James Unedited, where I'm James, the video's unedited, and we just sit here and talk about random shit. First thing that comes to mind. No edits, no cuts. We just turn on the camera, we just let it rip, okay? Like fucking Beyblade. So, today we're going to talk about the difference between being artistic and being creative. So, the thing for me is that everyone can be creative, but not everyone can be artistic because there's a difference to me. So being creative is just creating things. Like to me, doing these things right here is creative, and it really takes like I'll say very little forethought. I pretty much just after setting it up, of course, I pretty much just click and just go. But it's still creative and it's still, you know, creative. But artistic is different. Like I feel like with art is communication. Again, see James Unedited 3 for that. Art is communication. But I see art as communication, and it usually is saying something within the cultural context. So, like with creativity, putting something together, as long as there's a creation out of it, you're being creative. But with art, the thing that you put together is supposed to say something deeper, either about yourself, either about the culture, either about you just a concept, random philosophical concept or something like that. Um, and I feel like what happens is people get caught up on trying to be artistic as opposed to being creative. And I think that people need more creativity in their life. They need, because I feel like it gives people a sense of grounding, a sense of control, at least over a small domain of their life. Because I know a lot of it is out of our control. And if you frame creativity as something that is accessible to everybody, you're more likely to become more artistic over time. Because then what happens is pieces of you start seeping in more and more into the things that you create. And as such, it becomes more and more artistic, if you start getting into it. And it like kind of becomes artistic on its own instead of trying to be artistic, if that makes sense. It's kind of like this. If you enjoy the process of creativity, eventually over time you become an artist. Eventually you start putting more and more of yourself into it. You get comfortable with, linking the Legos or making your music or whatever your creative medium happens to be. Even cooking, you know what I'm saying? Even building relationships and friends is a form of creativity. You're creating bonds. So you have to frame, like, it's kind of like you have to lower the filter for what you consider to be creative in order to get in that mode, because it doesn't take a lot to be creative. You just got to create something. But being artistic is hard. You do have to put in a little study. You do got to get the craft up a little bit. You kind of have to know a little bit more about what you're doing. As opposed with creativity, you just got to make the results. At least that's just how I feel about the dichotomy between artism. That's not a word. Artistic sensibilities and creative sensibilities. I guess that would be the term. I don't know. We're just making it up here as we go, apparently. But yeah, that is the episode for today. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, say what's up. Join the blog. The Orange Room also has a blog too. This is kind of the video complement to the blog, actually. So go over there and check it out. I might link it down below. If I don't, oops.